So the Blue Album.
Okay, so alright.
Jamie, what are your opinions on Weezer?
Well, my opinions on Weezer. Oh, I love
This
Weezer,
is
man.
really relevant to the film.
Wonderwall is my
The audience,
favorite of all time.
to know the type of director, I'm not even fucking interviewing one or two. To know the type of director that you are, we need to know your opinions on the Weezer. The Weezer? The
Weezer.
Everyone's gonna learn their name now.
Okay, so welcome to the first ever PFS podcast. We're joined by my co-host, Olivia.
Hello.
Fucking hell.
There was a visual show there that you won't be able to see because you're just
Patreon.
listening to this.
We're joined by the president as well. Say hi.
Hi.
Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy.
Sorry.
You've killed me.
The director
Whose name is?
of the topic of today's podcast, Plot of My Gilet, Jamie.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, hello.
And Andrew Howie is also here.
Yeah, I'm just Andrew. It would be hard to call me a writer. I didn't do very much, so yeah, I'm just here.
Okay, so who was on the earliest team? So me and Molly were script. That was
Me.
pretty early.
I was on the first team.
Oh, brilliant! Were you storyboarding?
Yeah.
I feel like I should have paid attention to that first.
Yeah, it's my fault the film is partially the way it is. You're welcome.
And this is why I wanted to talk to you. So,
Yeah. What's the matter?
What the fuck, Andrew?
Yeah, okay. More specifically, so what was like the brief that you were given?
Nothing.
Where did you go with it?
I was told nothing, and I made something out of nothing. I'd been watching Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, which is a great TV show, and that's inspired me to bring in the supernatural themes and set it at uni because I thought that would be kind of funny. And I think I inadvertently pissed off Kath with just about every single decision I made in the process. But you know, we're Gucci.
If I had known the Garth Marenghi thing, I definitely would have like included the line, "You and he were buddies."
Buddies. It's a great show, by the way. Anyone listening to this who hasn't watched it,
Shut the fuck up, Andrew. We are not advertising to.
Yes, we fucking are. Yes, we are.
Okay, so how did you piss off Kath by doing storyboarding?
I don't think I added enough main characters for the number of actors we had.
Oh yeah, so that was excellent, Molly.
I got. Oh Jesus! So after we'd finished the script writing, I got it was first a quizzical message from Dave, and then a quizzical message from Kath, who were both like. Firstly, no one has actually been like cast by the storyboarding team. What? And so I had to send everything I had to them again and be like, this is what I was given. There was no like casting. The characters were pretty one-dimensional. Sorry, Andrew. We had like 3 adjectives maximum to go with. And then I think some sort of violent kerfuffle happens on their little team that involved Andrew Howie being metaphorically disemboweled.
I think, frankly, that's that's bullshit. They're just taking out their own personal failings on me, which is bullshit. You know, it took a day to build Rome, and I didn't even have a day. I had like 3 hours to put that piece of absolute goddamn brilliant storyboarding together. Me and my team, we worked really hard, and it was cool.
Okay. That's brilliant because when me and Molly were writing the script, and we were told, "Oh, by the way, you need to like write a whole new character." At least how I approached it was, great. We can just do whatever we want. Fuck this storyboard. A character. We can just fuck it off.
Yeah, fair. I would have done the same thing in your
It's
position.
like, so you had 3 hours. That's pretty rough. Jimmy, you spent like all night editing, right?
Well, so we actually got like 3 or 4 days to edit. I kind of fucked off to Manchester for all of the first 3 of those days. Proceeded to do absolutely no editing the whole time I was in Manchester because just got drunk. We had 2 guys were supposed to from like the filmmaking side were supposed to help. One of them did a scene and then when okay, that's me done. In fairness, that scene was really well edited. They just then proceeded to do absolutely fuck all.
Why do I shout out to that scene? Do you know what scene it was?
No, no. One of them like has actually like decent sound editing in. I'm pretty sure, but we did a load of color correction and random sound shit. So you probably can't tell which one it is because we ruined the scene.
That's
And
pretty
those
impressive
people
given
making-
how shit the sound is.
Yeah, it's
I've always-
horrendous.
Invest in microphones next time.
My favorite
Yes.
scene is the one on the staircase with the calf vampire.
In the script, there was
No one
supposed
has
to be
that.
some.
I have.
Was there not some like actual accent they were supposed to do? That Kath was supposed to do.
I think we were going for a chav or like
Yeah,
thing.
that was it. Yeah, there was something like that. And because the fangs were so hard to talk in, it just became so unintelligible. So we had to shoot. This is going to spoil them. This is the magic of filmmaking. That we probably filmed part of that scene in a different staircase to another part of it. We like swapped staircases halfway through because there were people actually working in the JCMB supposed to climb them down.
I'm going to go back and see if I can tell when the staircase changes.
You probably can't because the JCMB is so just
They're
featureless.
all identical.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I work
Yeah.
there.
It's a liminal space. That whole
yeah.
It's built like a 50s prison when we were just building everything from like templates.
Yeah. We kind of fit the vampire horror vibe.
Yeah,
It
true.
looks like a prison.
Yeah. So I mean, there was a lot of scenes in the stairways for some reason. With
Sorry.
no idea, but
You tried to do a roadman accent because it does not fucking come across like that. Kath going, "We're all right." It's
No, I
like a
think-
very
I think-
Scottish square.
yeah,
like,
actually no.
I think we
legible.
went
No.
I can't tell it's roadman.
I think
Wait,
we
no.
went, oh, if it's gonna be Kath, then you guys must have gone. Okay, well, we just have her do the Ned voice.
Yeah, that was it. We changed it to Ned. Now I remember. We changed it to Ned, but it didn't really make any fucking difference.
You can't tell.
No, you can't tell. Traumatic event.
Have you
We
recovered from this?
Uh,
Yeah, no.
I mean-
the like.
I mean, I haven't thought about it. I've
Editing
been
really
pressing
good.
it back in my mind for a long time. It's really back in the dark cellars of my mind until now.
I'm
Oh,
sorry for
dear.
bringing it back. You triggered his PTSD, Chloe. What are you doing?
Sorry, I'm a menace to the mental health.
Bad film
Oh, dear.
podcasts don't pay for therapists.
We are not held
If you
responsible for
want
any
it as a
trauma you
Patreon
might have.
goal,
Yeah,
For each other.
Patreon goal is therapy.
society therapy if we make
that
enough
should
money.
that should be all podcasts. If you're starting a podcast, you need help.
That's true.
You're not wrong.
So the reason why Catherine, our wonderful producer, is not here, is according to her, she's allergic to podcasts and politically opposed to them as the home of all incels.
Yeah, I
It,
mean,
it,
is she wrong?
it works for me though because I can say whatever about my bad storyboard and she won't complain.
All I'm hearing is she thinks she's better than us. She's not gonna fucking
does.
stoop.
You're not president anymore, Kath.
Yeah, Kath.
Fuck you. You gotta defend yourself.
Oh, okay.
This is
So,
unfair, Kath.
so storyboarding, that was a thing that happened,
Yes.
and then it was script writing. So, I don't know how much the rest of you know about the events that went into script writing.
Can I just say I know absolutely nothing of what happened other than like filming was an absolute mess and you all had to get cabs home because it went on for so long. Other than that, fuck all. Were you all high?
Yes, we were all high, especially me.
I know for a fact that
You were really
oh yeah, you medically were high at the
I
time.
was on
I know that
hard
for a
morphine.
fact, Molly. You were absolutely off your face. For medical reasons, can we point out, she was mandated to be off her face, but the point still stands. She was off her face the whole time.
For legal purposes, let's say substances were involved in the creation of this film.
They sure
explains it all.
were.
Legally though.
I
There
could,
was about
I could barely string
For my
together.
own, like,
sentence
information.
writing.
What did you like get from storyboarding? Like, was it just like a summary of the plot and like a list of characters or what?
We got 6 photos with on them maybe 5 words
Right.
on each. So we got around about 30 words and 6 images, and that was pretty much it. Now, one of the storyboard artists is incredibly talented and drew a lovely little, like, you know, the Hamilton animation.
Oh, yeah, she was really good at it. Then the rest of us were all fucking terrible.
So we had to work around that a little bit. But yeah, we didn't really get much, and part of that is there was around about a half an hour period where it was me and Sam sat in the Discord channel joking about the Lib Dems membership cards. Because I think we'd hit a brick wall. We'd gotten to like picture 4 of the storyboard and gone, what the fuck are we doing?
I think the first section of the storyboards was done by Damien as well, and Damien's a lovely lad, but his drawing abilities are not great. I'll be honest. That might have given you a pretty poor impression for what was to come, and that impression was probably correct, to be fair.
Yeah, so scriptwriting was an event. We had some good jokes. I would say that the jokes are a little bit incomprehensible to anyone that doesn't know us.
Or anyone who watches the film because you can't hear it.
And many of them had to be altered because they were user related or related to the University of Edinburgh.
Oh yeah, like what the fuck was all of the student union stuff? Because like from what I
really
gathered,
good.
there's absolutely no fucking reference to it. There's just a line that's like, "Oh, reject fuck the student union." There's no fucking context or build up to it. You just put that joke in with no. You know how a joke works, Molly? You like a can't just have a punchline with no setup. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Okay, let us explain. So
No. You've already done enough damage to my mental state. I'm not letting you explain. I spent so long being like, have I missed clip for like the setup of this like joke? But there isn't anything.
Okay, so we were told well, we knew roughly who was in the cast, but we didn't know who was going to play who. So we sort of wrote the main characters to be played by Kath. So we were like, oh, we'll make a bunch of user jokes. The issue with this being that I don't think in a user society you can really sluck it off.
You are not allowed to criticize criticize Yusa.
I love Yusa. I want to make out with Yusa.
Yusa is wonderful.
I enjoy working for Yusa. Please pay me more. But yeah, so and then so there was the editorializing, which led to, was it Strathmore in the end?
It was like Strathmore University.
Wait, what was it supposed to be?
Punch out of our jokes.
Oh, you just straight up called it Edinburgh. Subtle, very subtle.
So eventually we got edited into Strathmore.
Where did Strathforth come from?
Strathclyde and
Rain.
I don't know what the other one is. Actually.
I don't know where the other one is. I'm gonna guess it's something to do with the 4th and 5th. 4th and 5th.
That makes sense. Oh, Clyde and Forth. Yeah. Anyway, so we ended up getting that. So the joke doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no.
No.
I'm going to go ahead and say the vast majority of the jokes you wrote do not make sense. Like, they probably made sense contextually when you were writing, again, respectfully, I'm gonna give you guys some writing tips here. If you want to have a joke, you want a setup to a joke. It doesn't work if you just put the punchline in with.
Can I go a step further and say that the majority of the film does not make sense?
That film society just isn't about making sense, Jimmy. I don't know if you didn't get that memo.
Molly, 789. See, funny joke because I said the punchline and it doesn't make sense contextually.
It's pretty funny.
Fuck off, Jimmy.
I'm gonna stand outside your fucking flat, Molly, and I'm gonna spend 2 hours just saying the punchline to random jokes with like with no setup, just to fucking
get to the other side.
What you've done.
You just hear outside your window to get to the other side, yelling across.
Exactly, just.
Orange. I didn't say banana.
Olivia, were you involved in the making? What team were you on?
I was on prop, so I had a good time. We kind of didn't have to worry about any of that. The bullshit going on.
I've got one question for you. What's your fucking vampire teeth?
There was, if I remember correctly, there was one good vampire teeth, and the rest were shit.
I think, yeah.
There was a costume store like right on Newington Street, so that was good.
Oh, the bargain store.
Yeah, but then there was like a makeup store where they had fake blood. It's like, well, that's useful. I don't think they ended up using it at all, but
that we did use it for one of the bits where there was actual blood on the gilet.
Oh yes, you gotta have that.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, where is the blood on the gilet? I thought
that was the scene. If I'm remembering this was around the scene where I think they approach the zombie. I think, maybe.
That makes sense.
Bloody hell! It's in that like room anyway. The CBT on the board room.
Yeah, and so that store actually had good vampire teeth, and the rest were just like the $1 flappy ones that you just bend in half and don't fit your mouth because they're so big. But we can only find one good one. And the rest of the stuff we just kind of made from cardboard. Was really lucky because I had had a pizza the night before, and so we had a pizza box. I'm like, well, we needed a wet floor sign. It's like, well, I have this pizza box.
Sorry,
you made a wet floor sign out of a pizza box.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, so
we
that's
painted it yellow.
I did not find that in like the whole JCMB. Like, there's no.
No, there were quite a few. Yeah, there were quite a few wet floor signs.
Well, they asked us.
The cardboard box.
We got asked.
Okay, but there was a scene where they kick the wet floor
down the stairs. That was mine. Yeah.
While you're writing, Molly, though, fuck you.
I feel like we should attempt to recount the plot of this film.
Jesus.
You mentioned the zombie, and for a moment my brain went, where the fuck is the zombie in the film? I don't remember that at all.
Okay, I'm going to have a go at recounting this film. If I miss anything, feel free to butt in and call me a dumb cunt.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I'm the director, I don't remember.
I think we've all repressed it.
Okay, so we open in a room in JCMB that is being studied in by Toby.
There was Jessica,
Sapphire,
yeah, and I think that
Sapphire didn't show up yet.
Sapphire was the vampire crush.
The lesbian vampire secretary of Gay Vampire Society.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic joke. That had a set up in the punchline.
Wait, what was the joke I zoned out?
Lesbian vampire secretary of Gay Vampire Society.
Where's the funny bit? Nice joke. Where's the funny part?
It's in the subtext. It's in the scathing criticism of User.
It is?
What? What do you think we would never?
I feel like is there what?
Actually,
gay or
for legal reasons, it's not.
No, I'm implying that a lot of societies have a lot of weird roles. That was it.
That's really funny. Wow. Good
you
joke.
Can't see it because you're a listener, but Jimmy's actually, his chest is just like vibrating with how much he's laughing.
He's laughing
right now.
so hard.
He's keeled over and everything.
I think he's dead.
This
Natural selection, Olivia. I'm
I
watching
mean,
it on
when they
screen.
hear a joke, I had to put my foot down. When they hear another joke, it's less hassle. See, you don't need the setup for these jokes. It's just the punchline.
Really good.
I'd have to change my name. That's a funny one. I'm not letting you go. I'm so
The
annoyed.
horse's name was
I had
Friday.
heard this writing.
There's a bunch of people doing a psychology module in a room in JCMB studying CBT, cognitive behavioural therapy. We promise.
That's another joke.
I got that
There
one.
you go.
I got that one. Well done.
Zing!
For some, they go to leave to go go piss girl.
Was that another joke?
I don't think that was a joke.
No.
And then they discover that shock and horror, they can't leave. They've been locked in. It's like, you remember that girl that got locked in the Crystal Macmillan building overnight?
No.
What?
In semester 1, some postgrads got locked in the Crystal Macmillan building. But yeah, so anyway, they get locked in, and so they go over to a student who's sleeping. Now, in the storyboard, this was meant to be some commentary on how the university experience turns you into zombies. That did not come across.
It was very subtle and very clever.
Yeah.
I think it was lost in the writing team. It was very crystal clear and
lot of
smart and
things were
clever in my
lost in the
storyboard.
Storyboarding. The subtext was everywhere.
So anyway, you go over, and I believe it's Toby. No, it won't be Toby. It'll be the other geezer.
Will.
I think his name's Will.
Will, yes, Will.
Will they get name dropped at any point, or are you just like meant to know their names?
I think they
'Cause
do.
I know Toby.
In the beginning, they do.
They do say Tobes and Will. I don't think Sapphire's name ever gets revealed. There was a joke in the first draft of the script where Sapphire's real name is like Teresa, and she changed it to be edgier. I don't know why we cut that. It wasn't funny. They wake up the zombie attacks, and the janitor, played by Big Dave.
Oh my god, I have a story about this.
That is one
Dave is
criticism.
the best
None
character.
of Dave's lines are intelligible at all.
No, which is sad because
Dave
they're
is
very
also
good.
at the best of times.
Yeah, especially talking through a beard and when you just don't have a microphone.
You guys really need microphones.
We
So,
know
yeah,
now.
Story for
You,
Big
sir.
Dave.
do we have Dave? I think Dave is coming on the pod after this.
Yeah.
So we'll talk to him about how he got the best role in the entire film.
He is the
I
best
have
character.
a prop story about Dave. Should I tell
Hell
it
yeah.
now or should I wait?
Go on, Olivia.
Well, I take issue with Big Dave here because I remember we didn't know what to dress people in, so there wasn't any descriptors. So we just texted people, and Dave sent this thing. He's like, "Oh, this is what I want. I want a pipe. I want a hat. I want a jacket." And so like all his entire costume probably cost over half of what we spent on props. Because he wanted the mop, he wanted a fake beard,
Yeah.
the sailor's hat, the
He wants to
blazer.
be Willem Dafoe.
So I just like to let him know that we spent a lot of money. Well, not really a lot of money, but most of our money on his stupid costume. But it did look pretty good.
Well, I know where part of that costume went, because part of it was mine. His jumper that he was wearing was mine, because he wanted so badly to look like Willem Dafoe.
Yes, that was his thing. He wanted Lighthouse Willem Dafoe was his character idea.
Which again is you can't hear at all.
Yeah, you can't hear it.
Exactly. The only reason I know is because Dave kept on going about how there was a lighthouse reference, so I was listening out for it.
I was going to say I did not write a lighthouse reference in the script. Did you?
It's like,
No, he did that all himself.
Thank you, baby.
Because you better watch out, Defoe, you get killed by vampires or something.
That's the Dave prop story. Olivia's accountancy skills really, really popping off. Okay, where did we go from there? I don't remember. Oh, okay. So they're given the task of retrieving the key from upstairs and learning the power of friendship. That was a joke that you don't need a setup for because the setup is already in the culture.
Okay, yeah, I'll admit Power of Friendship is quite funny.
And that was my joke, Jimmy. So suck it.
Fuck you, you don't get credit for that, I take it back. It's a bad joke.
Can't take it back, it's
Can't
on
take
the
it back
pod.
now.
Damn it, we're starting this whole thing.
What's on the pod?
Oh, funny little tidbit about the bit where they get the key from the cupboard. Because of the nature of how we got the clips, and that there was an absolute fucking jumbled about mess of clips with absolutely no structure whatsoever, it was really easy to just like miss clips. So there's like a shot of them because like they open the cupboard, and there's a shot from inside the cupboard where they open it, and like the light comes out, and you see the key. There's literally like one clip of that we were supposed to put in, but because of how messy it was, I just completely missed it until it was like 4:30 a.m. We had like an edit of basically the whole thing, and I stumbled across this random clip of, you know, a key inside a cupboard that was being opened, and I was like, oh shit, I was supposed to put that in. Oh well, it's too late now because I can't change anything, so it just never got put in.
Jeez.
Thanks for that.
I apologize.
All is hard work for
In
nothing.
fairness, it's a beautiful clip,
Stick
but
integrity.
it does not get shown at all.
Director's cut when?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! That's Vera's
Blood on my
responsibility.
Gilet
That's not mine.
director's cut. Jamie, we'll get you in for it.
You're editing that one. I'm not doing anything again.
We'll get a director's cut. Maybe we should do a reboot in 20 years.
Yeah.
God no.
Actual microphone.
No.
They get tasked with finding the power of friendship and the key. And then, so the first enemy they come across is a zombie. Is it then vampires? I think it's then vampires.
I think.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Because there's a zombie fight scene, and then there's a vampires on the stairwell.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
right.
ghosts.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so
go for it at the end.
they're going up the stairwell, and they're accosted by a vampire, who has to be subtitled. I don't know why we didn't subtitle the whole film if that was.
Should have done that.
Honestly, should have done, yeah.
Oh, it's too much work for poor Jimmy.
I thought they did get done at some point.
Yeah, Molly has now transcribed it and put it on.
Yeah, good, because
Yeah.
that needs to be done. Because Dave should have been subtitled as well.
Oh, I should
especially.
probably mention this. The link to Blood on My Gilet will be in the podcast notes when this gets uploaded.
Great.
So there might be ads on it that we don't make any money from, but we also did use Misery Business in full.
Yeah.
So yeah, accosted by vampires, and then Toby is left bleeding, damaged, ego absolutely in shatters. Zach doing his best RP.
Oh,
Can we talk about Zach's accent in this fucking film?
It was funny.
Just I found it so like when he goes, "Oh bugger."
See, no, he wasn't trying to do. He was trying to do a Brooklyn accent, I think, but he was trying to. It's literally
Brooklyn? Wow.
He was trying to.
He was
really
doing an
put
accent,
on-
just not an RP one.
Really put on an accent that wasn't the accent that it was obviously written for, but he just wanted to say it literally. And we did that around like the table when we were reading it out, and we thought it was very funny, so we left it in.
Oh, there was a table read of this fucking.
Oh my god.
That's a surprise.
Table read?
I'm impressed.
There was.
Yeah, that is kind of a criticism of. I feel like it works by he's supposed to be a rich Pollock boy, which does not work if he has an American accent.
You get a lot of American.
Ah,
That's a joke that does not need a setup.
That's the gilet specifically. I feel like that's like a Pollock boy
You
thing.
can't see an American going to Muzzy.
No, you can't. It doesn't.
No. It was very funny though. I have to say.
Should they just like film the table read and release that? I feel like that would have been good enough.
she raced
Should've.
away Muzzy. Okay. Then they go and I've forgotten entirely about the romance plot.
Oh yeah.
yeah, you can just throw that in there.
The one member of cast was uncomfortable with apparently.
Yes. Okay. So in for the sake of not slandering anyone, technically liable because this is published and not spoken, although we're speaking.
Really?
Yeah. So podcasts, videos that are not streamed are libelous. Anyway, in order to not offend or libel anyone, let's just say one cast member was apparently uncomfortable with some of the homoeroticism. To which I say, gay.
Based.
Based.
Part of like the pre-casting character description or something. I feel like they would have somewhat known going into it what was going to be in.
I think I think they did kind of, because they read the script, obviously.
Yeah.
I think it was just, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure the actors were asked if there was anything they were uncomfortable with beforehand, but I don't remember any of the profiles saying anything about homoeroticism.
So they're probably just
they didn't really clarify. Yeah, they just assumed it wouldn't be there.
Yeah, so I am a massive fan and take great inspiration and lessons from the works of Megan Fox.
Yep.
I took inspiration from Jennifer's body. Molly, was that apparent in the script?
Well, you see, I know nothing about Jennifer's body, so I could not comment.
How have you not seen Jennifer's body?
I'm gonna be honest.
I want to, but I haven't gotten around to it.
Like, you went on about it.
It's so good.
Not everyone has a massive thing for Megan Fox, like you do.
Okay, everyone has a massive thing for Megan Fox.
Podcast listeners, write in telling us you have a thing for Megan Fox.
We're gonna put a poll.
Okay, anyway, so that's where the lesbian vampires came from. I can't even remember how this gets developed. Okay, so they clearly, fancy each other.
Oh yeah, there's the incredibly awkward bit in the library where she like bites her lip and the camera zooms in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Again, from an editing perspective, with like no music on that whatsoever, for just a good 20 seconds of this girl just tossing her hand, biting her lip incredibly awkwardly. It's painful to watch.
Now you know how it feels to be a sleazy filmmaker.
I never want to fucking make a filmmaker.
Then they go and fight ghosts.
Those costumes are very, very intricate, actually. We put a lot of work into those. Yeah, well,
Love that.
Did you buy the bed sheets just for it? Or
we did, yes.
Huh?
Oh. We made sure to not make the mistake of buying fitted sheets either.
I think it would be very funny if Olivia's flat, and then on her bed it's just like 2 holes for eyes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. No, I had a fitted sheet, so it wouldn't have worked.
Oh.
The sheets were also too small, so you can see like the legs sticking out. So that's okay. That makes it more campy and fun. So.
Okay, they go fight ghosts, and then this is the big romance scene. This is the culmination.
Fun little thing about the ghosts. There are no easily available clips of ghost audio on YouTube for me to rip off. I went for one. No, I Googled it. Searched on YouTube expecting to find a 3 or 4 second MP4 of some ghost audio, and there just wasn't. There was a 2 hour long video of some ghost audio or something that I got a clip of a small bit, but I remember it was actually a bit of a search. I mean, the audio is still incredibly jarring as well. Because the MP4 is noticeably louder than any of the audio of the actual film, so it doesn't come across as well.
So yeah, if this podcast sounds shit, I think it should just be a running gag that BFS can't do audio.
Yeah. That's another thing. In the filming of it, the scenes are a little bit too short for the audio to properly overlay, because they're oh, you want spooky music and then ghost noises and stuff. So to cram it all in, audio-wise, you have to. It's really messy, and there's really jarring audio cuts.
Anyway, the vampire is the normal Jessica. That was her name.
Yes, we already established that.
Yeah, I've forgotten. Okay,
again already.
If there's any criticism
that's so important.
It's not memorable.
Yeah, that is. I have forgotten a surprising amount of this film.
It's it's like trauma. We've repressed the details of it.
But when did we make it again? When was it released?
February.
February.
Fucking
February. Yeah, that's right.
Of course, yeah. So what? That's 5 months ago.
Oh my god.
4 or 5 months ago.
Fucking hell.
We're fucking old. Anyway, so Jessica's being turned into a ghost or something, harassed by the ghosts, and we never established this, but vampires are immune to ghosts in the fiction of Blood on My Gilet, apparently. So,
Are they?
Oh yeah, nothing actually like happens with them. The ghosts are just kind of there, and then you have the weird romance bit that is all.
And then they leave.
Yeah, and then they just leave, and they go, okay, yeah, like the ghosts are just fine with it.
yeah, I think I don't know why the ghosts just leave. Is there any? No, they just do.
Don't
I
question
don't
it.
think.
In this book that we're reading, Dr. Becky Bartlett, the author, talks a little bit about how in a lot of bad films things will just happen.
Yeah, no, that's a very big thing. Things just happen with no explanation because
Yeah,
they need to
like
pad out the
jokes.
runtime.
I'm never letting this go, Molly. Like, you are correct. You're in the right for a lot of this, but I'm still not letting it go.
So the ghosts disappear. Jessica has been turned into a vampire for a very, I think, the least sexy thing ever put to film.
Oh, what? Because yeah.
It was a bit.
the least amount of chemistry there's ever been in a scene of that nature. I think the love scenes in The Room have more chemistry and eroticism.
Oh no, that's saying something, isn't it?
So yeah, that happens anyway. So now we've got, how many vampires have we got at this point? We've got 4 vampires at this point. They've gained the key. They've gained somewhat the power of friendship. It's time for the final showdown. Now, in the script, the final showdown.
Here we go.
In the script, the final showdown is an excellent piece of choreographed.
Wait, was there supposed to be like an actual?
This is meant to be like a scene in Kill Bill. We wrote it like it's
lower your expectations. Come on.
God, yeah, it's nothing like that.
So yeah, we wrote it to be like Kill Bill. It was not.
I knew this was coming. I knew this was going to be brought up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a go at Jamie for not realizing my vision.
Oh, was it because it was late and you couldn't be asked?
Well, also just because we didn't have enough actors. We didn't know how many people.
Wait, what? Were you expecting like 100? Like 100
that would have been nice.
In a circle around like 4 vampires, and then there's this massive like all in the yellow like jumpsuits and stuff.
I was expecting the scene from Midsummer where they're dancing around the. No, I was expecting that. I think I wrote 9, or depending on how you cut it, like 7 people. So you might have. But anyway, it was late. I don't blame you. Don't worry. But also, fuck you.
You too. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. I wanted to fucking go home, and I see that the fucking scene
is shit. No fucking excuse.
We'll call that the end of the plot, right? So they leave. It's Edinburgh, so there's no sunshine, so the vampires are fine.
Yeah, that was actually quite a funny joke. That did make me chuckle.
That was the only joke.
That's the only joke I found funny in the whole thing.
All right,
Swallow your words for me.
Then there's, oh my god, okay, this is my favorite bit of the editing, is the fucking the Breakfast Club ass like freeze frame like documentary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was quite funny.
Oh yeah.
I found that really funny. Okay.
Oh yeah, wait, did we actually put Don't You Forget About Me over there?
Yeah,
we did. That is, to be fair, I like it. Yeah.
It's a banger.
I love those. Yeah.
That was a good song.
So we've been talking for
was it Toby?
45
Toby
minutes.
Never Learned the Power of Friendship.
Toby never learned the
Again, another joke that I appreciate. I didn't find it funny, but I appreciate it.
See, I want a sequel in which Toby does discover the power of friendship.
Sequel.
Spin-off. An AU.
It's happening.
So I want Jamie to direct the sequel just for continuity's sake. and
Fuck no.
just to boost the business of local therapists.
Yeah.
So okay, that's the end of the plot. I want Jamie to discuss a little bit. Why the fuck were you out at 1 a.m?
So we started filming about 5, I think we started actually filming.
Jeez.
5 in the So we started around then. The first scene that we filmed was actually the final walking out scene because we were worried that actually needed sunlight. And since we were going to be there for so fucking long, so we tried to get it all done in one day, and it was just very. I'm not a very good director at all. So we just kind of tried to film it scene by scene, scene 1 and then scene 2, and then keep moving. And then we just really dragged on the time, and some things needed to have several takes. And then it just got to 1, or maybe, I think it got to 1. And we were at the final scene, and we just saw this almighty fight scene of ghosts and them being cornered into this thing, and then there's this shots of pan around the 4 of them standing against with all this, and I just remember seeing that, and my heart just sank because everyone hated each other. Everyone just loathed everyone that came before them that wrote this and the storyboard, and we just had so much hate, and we just thought, and I just kind of was thinking, how the hell can we round this off? Because I want to go home. So we thought, okay, the main thing is that Toby needs to die. Well, not die, but Toby needs to get pushed out of the way. So we thought it would be quite funny if it was anticlimactic, and the janitor just walks in and whacks him on the head. So we just did that, and then we filmed the kind of very final things. Funny thing is that we already... Oh, I remember now. We had to film some earlier scenes as well at the end. So the ripped shirt had to be put on backwards. So, and then we just kind of left, said goodbye. Oh wait, no, we didn't. We had a bit of an after party. So we finished around 1:30, and then I think I left about maybe 2:15 because there was prosecco. So we left. Some people were arranging, where do you live close to, so that we can get the same cab and everything. And I think I got home about 3:30. And it was snowing, and it was holy shit. Yeah, it was very late. Luckily, I didn't have anything to do that day, so.
When we were writing, we had to cut bits that we went, oh, actually, we think that might be a bit difficult for them. So it could have been significantly worse. Sam, Molly, you can attest to this, is a lovely little gremlin with so much energy, and such big brain ideas. But he wanted Morbius level budget. He wanted to spend billions on this.
We had a vision.
We
had to
only Leto could have completed it.
This predated Morbius. This was the original Morbius.
We did Morbius before Morbius.
Exactly.
Boom. We storyboarded, wrote, and produced this film in a fraction of the time that Morbius could, and it's still on par as a film.
First film to get Gilet tickets.
About the can be asked, the bit with Dave where he just whacks Toby is probably my favourite bit of the whole film, because it's really so sudden and anticlimactic. So fair play for cutting it short, because that actually worked out.
I should have sent. So Jamie, obviously you've seen it. I don't know if Olivia has, but I should have sent everyone the script to have a look over what was actually there and what you guys had to work.
Oh, no, we read through the script because we needed to decide what props to get. We had to go through the entire script and then just pick props, and then we didn't have like descriptions really for people's outfits, so we had to ask.
So writing the script, I think we were losing our marbles a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a smidge.
Because at one point I put a little.
Because of the quality of the joke.
Fuck you, James.
I'm gonna hunt you down.
At one point, I put a little bat emoji in the script.
Did you?
There's a little bat emoji somewhere in the script, and when we were doing the premiere Q&A, someone brought it up, and I felt so proud.
I didn't even notice this, so this is amazing.
I didn't notice it.
I
might have, I just don't remember.
I mean, I was on lots of more.
I can't remember. I can't. There were some things in the. There were some interesting stage directions, I seem to remember. I can't think of an example, but I remember seeing some of them and thinking, what the... I did... Oh, yeah, I remember now. I did read out that massive disclaimer. There should have been a clip of me doing that.
Oh, yeah. We just put it on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we got an audio file for that. Oh, no, wait, no. We got... Oh, was that... okay, yeah, we got the video of you reading it out, but, like, I didn't know... I don't remember why that was...
No,
I think it's funnier the way that it is, where it's just a text crawl.
Oh, no, I didn't do that. I really did that.
So the thing behind the text crawl was...
But that wasn't explained to us that someone should be reading that out. It was kind of...
we'd imagined it. I thought we'd imagined it as a we'd imagined it as a presentation, because the context behind it was I wrote a joke about men sucking. It's in the staircase scene, well, one of the staircase scenes. And then Sam was like, "No, I can't attach myself to this. This is the most pick me boy shit I have ever seen."
Pick me boys, that was the phrase. That was the phrase.
So that was the story behind why there was just a text crawl in the middle of the film. And so he started that off with it was just a quick disclaimer that said, we're not all pick me boys, this joke was written by a woman, the only pick me boy is Ethan. And then I wrote another sentence, and then Sam wrote another sentence, and eventually we've written half a page of just riffing for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's how a lot of the script writing was done. Molly, would you agree that we just riffed?
I would. Yeah, a lot of it was mainly like you two riffing, and then me like writing a sentence and going into a coma.
It's very much like the fan fiction that we're writing.
It's very much like that.
That's gonna be a different
making
podcast
so
episode.
much progress.
So I didn't realize how short the other fan fictions were.
They're not long.
The second one is like significantly shorter. The second one's significantly longer than the first one.
Yeah, the first one's really short.
How many words are we up to now?
I used to know that. I knew that for the...
I know it's 19 pages long, Chloe.
Okay,
oh my god!
Like 5 of which are just notes.
Okay.
So let's say it's what I can't count. By
the time we finish it, it'll be like 30 pages.
Am I in it this time, Molly?
You are a main character. You're a central.
Okay, good. I was absent from the second one, despite being an important character in the first.
Jamie, do you know anything about the fan fiction before we?
No. And I'm kind of glad I don't.
Yeah, that's a good stance.
Okay, so getting back to Blood on My Gilet, we've been going for nearly an hour now. We've finished the recount of the film. Are there any particular moments in the film or in filming that you guys really want to talk about? Because we haven't really talked about the editing story yet. Jimmy, you're right here.
What do you mean the editing story?
The story behind how editing went.
It was just horrific. Okay. Yeah.
You sound like a granddad who's like been asked about World War One.
One guy did one scene really well and then proceeded to dip. One guy said he was going to do a scene and then proceeded to do fuck all. And we were like, "Hey mate, have you done the scene?" He went, "Oh no, I'm too busy, lol." So did nothing. So I came back from Manchester late in the evening. Like my girlfriend came to pick me up from the station. I then had to be like, "Hi, love you. Please fuck off. I need to edit this random film." So then me, Kath, and Vera all stayed up until like 5:30 a.m. just like editing this, and it got to the point where like Vera would try and make jokes to like keep us all in good spirits, and there would then be like 5 or 10 minutes of complete radio silence because me and Kath just had not processed that she'd said anything until like Vera went, "Oh, haha. Guess like I was wrong and that's not a funny joke," and I might just went, "Huh? What? Sorry? Oh no, funny joke, Vera," because I just hadn't processed what was going on. My brain function like deceased. I bought 2 pizzas on the way back from the station as like for lunch over the next week. I ate both of them during editing, so I didn't have any food left in my flat by the time I'd finished. It was just atrocious, and I never want to do anything like it again.
See, I think
next year.
I think Kath wins for worst experience doing Blood on My Gilet. Jimmy and the editing team come second.
I had the best time.
Yeah.
Kath ended up doing a lot of editing when she really wasn't supposed to.
So yeah, where was I going with that? I think script writing had the best thing because it was no effort, just write words.
I would argue
get high, write words.
No, I'd argue props had a good time. We only spent a few hours.
Yeah.
And then we were done.
Oh, we spent. I don't know how long.
At my flat and just made crafts. What's not to love?
We did 3 days of script writing. Each
we did
like 6 hours.
One afternoon.
We
one afternoon of prop making.
That sounds nice. That sounds like a little.
It was really fun. We just sat in my flat making props.
Okay, so what I want to become a little bit of a regular bit for this podcast, I want to ask everyone if you could pick an object. I want like a concrete noun, right? That best encapsulates the vibe of the film. What would it be? This is like a very Alan Partridge bit, but.
I mean, a single tablet of ecstasy.
Noun can be an adjective.
Association is my word.
Okay, we'll broaden it out. You can have abstract nouns as well.
Okay.
Actually, one thing I would say, Molly, do you remember the meeting with EFS before we did all of this? And we were talking to them and like, oh, so here's how long we think the film will be based off of what, like a day, 2 days of shooting, and they were like, no. That's way too long. Like what we do in that amount of time, you'd make something like at most 5 minutes long, and it turned out to be 23.
Yeah.
Which, like, fair play to like the filmmaking team for getting that done. That is impressive.
EFS is facing us.
Yeah, EFS just
I think the beauty of it is that it reminded me so much of. I don't know if you guys had cool teachers. But when I was in school, we had to make like YouTube videos in history a lot.
Yep, I had that in English.
So
our Don Quixote video was great.
I have 4 horrible histories parodies on my YouTube channel, and I remember we were given like 2 days each to make them. One of them is like 15 minutes, one of them is 8, and we cut it fine. It took us 2 days to do 8 minutes. So, yeah, shout out to this entire team for actually getting anything done. All right, Olivia, have you got an object?
An object? Oh, no, come back to me.
Okay, Jamie, have you got an object? It doesn't need to be an object, it's a noun.
I mean, my noun is very abstract, but I feel like represents how I view this whole process.
One word. Is train wreck one word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think...
does the acronym LSD count as one word?
Hey, I wasn't using LSD at that time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What drugs do you use to like treat disassociation? Because that would be my choice.
Okay, LSD was like Andrew Howie.
I don't know. I suppose a fart. It was a brief inconvenience, and then it was gone.
But there's still a lingering presence somewhere.
Amazing.
Yeah, the atoms are still out in the atmosphere, so it lives.
Oh, can I maybe change mine to pen? Because
Pen.
I was so our like base was in the fourth year physics students like common room, and next to it there was a place where you can microwave stuff, and there was a box full of pens, and I nicked one, and that was the highlight of my day. Oh yeah.
No wholesome note to really end the episode.
Yeah, so that's
you may have
That's it.
But you gave the pen, and that's what matters.
I like the idea that when you took it though, there was a little thing in the corner, the little fallout thing that said you've lost karma. All right, well, that's been a fantastic end to part 1